7:39 is our time, and on May 7th, advocates from across New Jersey rallied at the State House calling on lawmakers to raise the Medicaid reimbursement rate for home care nurses by $4 an hour. The event is organized by Hearts for Home Care, highlighted the urgent need to support medically fragile residents and the nurses who care for them. Joining us now is Nancy Fitterer, who is the president and CEO of the Home Care and Hospice Association of New Jersey, one of the rally's organizers, to share what happened and what comes next. Sarah, good to have you with us. Thank you for joining us. And by the way, let me just full disclosure. I am one of those children now of parents who are looking for home health aides. So I understand and I see because I've done the work. So I know what's going on and how much work it is to care for an elderly person or anybody, whether they be elderly or have a challenge. It is an unbelievable amount of work, constant attention. Thank you for joining us, and tell us first how the rally went, and then we'll talk more about the work of a health aide. So, how did the rally go?
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Mhm.
The rally was amazing. We had amazing attendance. Assemblywoman Carol Murphy, who is the sponsor of our $4 request, attended. Families, advocates, nurses. We had over 100 people attend the rally, and it really just showed and highlighted the importance of this, of the fact that nurses, home care nurses are underpaid, and we wanted to highlight that. And we chose May 7th because that was when Commissioner Sarah Edelman was testifying in front of the assembly. So we thought it was perfect timing.
Gotcha. What is I don't even know in New Jersey because my family's in New York. What is the average like what is the wage right now? What are we looking at you're looking at we're trying to raise it by $4 an hour, which doesn't seem outlandish considering we're giving people in fast food $25 an hour. So this is much more important than fast food, caring for a loved one. What are we talking about the average wage being right now?
So the way it works under Medicaid is the state pays a provider one bundled rate, and then that provider pays the nurse. And that bundled rate includes the scheduling, billing, everything is falls under that bundled rate, and it's $51 right now. So
But that doesn't,
getting
let me
that
just step
$4,
in. That doesn't, right. That doesn't mean
yes,
51 goes to the nurse. That's 51 goes to the
exactly,
provider. Gotcha. Okay, please continue. So
exactly.
I wanted
And
to
and
clarify that.
Thank you. And that's exactly that's our challenge. It would be better if it was 51 that went to the nurse. And
Right.
honestly, when you look at wages in hospitals, that is closer to the amount that they would get per hour. And yet in home care, you're giving that to the provider. And then from there, you have to then parse out for all of the other expenses that the provider has to pay for.
And let me just jump in and say, just again, from personal experience, until you find a personal need for this in your life, this is something you say, I don't want to hear about this. Why should they get paid that? That's what happens until it's your parent or your loved one who needs round the clock care from a stroke or an accident or something. You try doing it yourself. You try doing it yourself for a few weeks or a few months. Then you start thinking they don't make enough money at all. It is an unbelievable. You're talking about changing diapers. You're talking about personal hygiene, cleaning the person top to bottom. You're talking about changing sheets multiple times a day. You're talking about feeding, clothing, washing, and you are responsible for every moment of the day. If anything happens to that person, it's on you. So I sound like I should be on the team talking for you, but I just want to make sure everybody knows because I experienced
Yes.
this personally, and it's a big wake up call to people who don't realize these people are, I believe, they're sent from heaven above and they're angels on earth because the average person would never want to do what they have to do. So, have you gotten a response from legislators so far?
So whenever we ask for an increase, I will say the legislature and the governor's office, they always agree and understand why there is a need. No one has ever said to me, Nancy, I don't think so. That money isn't worth it. It's just when the final moments of the budget are being negotiated, while it's not an enormous amount of money, the state is in a bit of a fiscal crisis. And so we haven't gotten any pushback, but it doesn't mean that we aren't concerned that we may not get the increase, right? So we're hopeful. We're hopeful, and we just
Well,
want to keep on highlighting, the need for it.
I'm 58 years old, Nancy. As long as I've been breathing air in this tri-state area, the state has always been in a fiscal crisis.
Fiscal
It's never,
crisis.
I've never heard them say, gee, we're in the money. They're always in a fiscal crisis. So really, you just have to, and I don't mean to, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. Obviously, you're doing a great job. But it's like, just keep saying, okay, you're in a fiscal crisis. We need this. The reality is these people are sitting here and they're alive and they need care. And those people over there are the only ones willing to help. But you're telling them that they have to make $2 an hour to do it. Mm-mm, no, not fair. And I applaud you for supporting them. And because otherwise they would be voiceless. And many of them are working really hard and they have hearts of gold. What can viewers do if they want to support the cause or get involved or reach out to lawmakers or get a website? Because this is too important.
So you could go to our website, homecarenj.org. We have information there, and it's really the best thing they could possibly do is reach out to their legislator and tell them that they support the $4 increase. And to your point, everyone will need home care eventually. Home
Yep.
care is where people want to be. So any support, reaching out to the governor's office or legislature would be helpful.
Yeah. And until you have to start looking for somebody and you call an agency and you find out, pardon me, you find out that only you're talking about Medicaid reimbursement. You find out that 90% of the people are not going to qualify for Medicaid, that this is
Yes.
really for the most destitute. And
Yes.
then you find out this is a system-wide challenge. And as you mentioned, that everyone's going to require this. Every one of us, you and I, Nancy, one day will require this. And so I think we all have to have the wake-up call. I think everyone needs to sit down with family members, whether you think you're ready for this point or not. You need to, the next dinner, the next gathering, you need to sit down with your family and say, hey, you know what? Let's have a meeting on Sunday. We need to sit down and discuss what if and what's going to happen. And do we have money set aside? And if not, if somebody's in a financial situation where they will end up having to be on Medicaid, et cetera, because everyone assumes, oh, my Medicare covers that. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Oh, I have money set aside. No, you don't. You try spending, you spend $12,000 a month or whatever. You try it. Go check it out for yourself, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So
Mhm.
here's the deal, Nancy. I need you to come back on the show as soon as you can. Let us know the progress because I want to hear what's going on. And if there's anyone you need us to reach out to, we want to reach out to them as well because this is too important and it impacts every single one of us. All right.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you for doing what you're doing. And we appreciate you, and we just wish the absolute best. Let's keep our fingers crossed because it's, again, I think a lot of people have the misconception when you say that $51 amount, think betting $51 an hour. No, they are not. And they're working their fingers to the bone. Nancy Fitterer, President and CEO of the Home Care and Hospice Association of New Jersey. I appreciate you coming on this morning. Please, again, come back. We appreciate you.
Thank you.